Ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you to Cliff Cushman Field, Adrian Cummings here alongside a newcomer, Evan Whalen, taking a switch over from the PA world and joining us on the radio side. Evan, how's it going tonight?
Good. Oh, feeling good. A little bit chilly.
Yeah.
Kind of windy up here, but
it was looking like a little bit of a nicer day, and the sun has popped back out, but this wind has really come out of nowhere. So it's going to be a factor definitely in tonight's game. We'll talk a little bit through that as we take you through our pregame show. Ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you to KNOX Live Sports. This pregame show brought to you by IRE Insurance. You're protected and appreciated at IRE, an area community credit union where your memberships matter. We're just about 15 minutes away from kickoff. This one should be on time at 7 p.m. tonight. Two 40-minute halves and I believe a 10 or 15-minute intermission. So it should be a quick-moving night. But looking forward to watching our Knights taking on the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. Evan, we're watching some warm-ups here, and the Knights ended up winning the junior varsity game. What are you seeing with your first initial looks?
I know there's some of these Central players, they've been on this team for a long time, a lot of them since 8th grade. So I know a lot of them are seasoned, those being like juniors and seniors now. So I think they're probably ready to go. And, from West Fargo Mustangs, they took a pretty tough loss to Shanley on Tuesday. So I think they're going to be ready to get back and kind of fired up.
Come out. It's a little tough sometimes to get off the bus and put forward a good foot, but certainly Sheyenne is going to find a way to do it tonight, folks. And again, we're going to bring you through this broadcast as we get through the evening. And we'll have some live coverage, of course, as the field. It won't be just on the scoreboard all night long, but we are going to send you to our first break of the evening. Got a couple to get through. We'll come back in a few and we'll talk through some key players we're going to watch for in this game and maybe some tactical things and continue working through the pregame show. You're listening to KNOX.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Did you know there's another way to manage your farm's risk and protect your equity with margin protection? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with IRE Insurance. Margin protection provides coverage against an unexpected decrease in operating margin. In other words, we can put a policy in place to protect your farm from changing input costs and crop prices. Join us at IRE Insurance for our upcoming margin protection meetings, August 29th at 8:30 a.m. in Devils Lake and 4 p.m. in Hope, and August 30th at 8 a.m. in Hillsborough. For more information, visit our website at ireins.com. IRE Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
What do you need or want right now? Area Community Credit Union can help you get whatever it is you want. Vehicle, furniture, a home loan, or maybe you need help with a wedding. Contact the professionals at Area Community Credit for solutions. Federally insured by NCUA.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
S&T Quick Stop in Thompson is the stop you need at the end of your day. From the groceries you may have left behind to the products you need to keep running, S&T Quick Stop is your best stop. Find us on the west edge of Thompson.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you back here to some Eastern Dakota Conference soccer, girls soccer tonight. Folks, Adrian Cummings here alongside Evan Whalen. Our cameraman, Joey the Jaw, just got here. We're looking forward to a great night on the broadcast, folks. You're listening to KNOX Live Sports. You're watching also on YouTube. This broadcast brought to you by our premier network sponsors, Rivard's Turf and Forage. Check out all of our specialized seeds at rivards.com. I can speak personally. I just talked with Ross on the phone last weekend, got a little bit of a yard project going on. They do excellent work at Rivards. They take care of you. They make it easy. And they make seed so simple that even I can understand it. So I'd recommend checking out Rivard's Turf and Forage. And also Grand Trailer Sales, trailer parts, sales and service, Business Highway 2. I think it's actually just regular Highway 2 in East Grand Forks. They do a great job, all sorts of stuff. They have dump trailers, car haulers, small trailers, utility, fifth wheel, pretty much anything you need at Grand Trailer Sales. So welcome into this pregame show. Evan, we're going to do a little bit of a look around the conference and see we're going to do kind of a compacted drive for the title. Drive for the title brought to you by Toys for Trucks, but we don't really have a ton of complete information as this fledgling season is just getting going. But I'm going to have Evan take you through some scores and sort of some standings of the results through the season as we've started on.
Yeah, so obviously Davies and Shanley on the top this year to start. They're both 1-0. Shanley beating the Mustangs earlier this year, and Davies beating West Fargo High. And then other than that, there was 2 ties between North and Red River and Central and South. So those guys are all 2 points behind the leading Davies and Shanley. So if they get a win tonight and they lose, then both of those teams will get...
They'll jump off. I mean, there's really not much. Like we said, folks, it's a condensed drive for the title. There's really not. We're looking at the screen. There's really not that much there. But again, this season just getting on the way. The Knights here, as they move to their bench on the far side, are going to probably get ready. We'll take you through our France and Megan Trust starting lineups. We're going to talk through some key players that we have on the roster. Evan, maybe give us a little heads up as what we're looking for.
Yeah, so after talking with West Fargo's coach, he said he's relying big on his goalkeeper this year, Reese Shotley. He expects a lot from her. She's a sophomore, and she's going good. And then he has a freshman defenseman, Lennon Libedak. He said he's really hoping for her to control his back line today and get that. And then lastly, he said his sophomore, Makemba Temeli, he said that she will control the midfield today and hopefully get most of the touches for West Fargo.
And as we look at this West Fargo back line, folks, notable is that they're going to start 3 freshman defender, Emma Jazkoak, excuse my pronunciation there, Lennon Lindback, as Evan mentioned, and Kaylee Gaffney. These are 3 freshmen that are going to kind of be anchoring the attack, if you will, or maybe the defense, rather, for the West Fargo Sheyenne Mustangs. So definitely a young core there. And like Evan mentioned earlier, this Grand Forks Central Knights team is a team that has had a lot of players that played maybe in 8th grade and 9th grade, but now they're getting a little bit older, a little bit more mature as athletes on the field. So West Fargo is maybe in a position that Central was a few years ago, and we're looking forward, obviously, for that to play out in front of us. Folks, we're going to send you to a quick break. You're listening to the pregame show. This pregame show brought to you by Irie Insurance and Area Community Credit Union. A little over 7 minutes to tip. As you can hear the wind in the back there, we'll do our best to cut it out for you, folks. We'll be back in a few.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
See the full line of Kubota at Acme Equipment Grand Forks.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Will Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Tufty Marine in Northwood is your Lund Boat headquarters. Looking to buy, sell, or trade? Tufty Marine will get you into the Lund boat you've always wanted. And they have the parts and accessories you need as well. To check out their inventory, go to tuftymarine.com. Tufty Marine, your Lund dealer in Northwood, always willing to make a deal.
Presenting Hugo's Theater. Do you find me appealing?
Fresh.
Only the freshest produce at Hugo's.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
If you haven't had good pizza, I mean really good pizza from Pizza, you should. Pete's Menu offers personal, family, or specialty for free delivery or pickup Tuesday through Saturday, along with daily specials, all at delicious prices. If you haven't been to pizzamenu.com, you should.
For over 30 years, the Golf Center has been your club fitting leader, helping all golfers play their best. Our experienced club fitters use the latest technology, and we're proud to again be one of Golf Digest's top club fitters in America. Get fit at the Golf Center.
Have you done your maintenance? You should. Call Thermal Air and let us check your furnace or your boiler for professional evaluation of your equipment's performance without high-pressure tactics. Call Thermal Air at 701-740-8161.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Phil Thompson and Associates are on the job providing crop insurance, tax, and related service for farmers, businesses, individuals, and families since 1989. Phil Thompson and Associates, Warren and East Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, oh man, that scoreboard is all kinds of wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back here to Cushman Field. Folks, we're going to get ready for kickoff here. We are preparing for some Grand Forks Central versus West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs soccer. Knight's going to get the first tip here, folks, and we're going to get going. The big theme of this game is going to be the stiff north wind that we have. The flag is at a firm attention to the backside of the net, so look for that wind to really be a factor. Central's going to be playing with that wind to their chest as this game starts. So certainly a disadvantage for the Knights, but if they can hang in this one for the first half, I think they got a good opportunity. So we get going here, an early whistle near the 25-yard line, and the soccer field is a little bit deeper, Evan, than a traditional football field. So as we're used to, like I call basketball, and you say, well, left side of the paint, working off the key or at the elbow, and football, obviously, it's just the yard line, but a little bit of a different view for us tonight here.
Yeah.
Going to send a free kick in now is Madison McLaughlin. This one is going to go far side of the box, settle nicely, nearly on a toe there. Just not able to get to that one is May Dickelman. This one is cycle back across and is going to come out, played by the tender, actually. And we're going to have a corner kick. So the Knights early showing some pressure, just not even 50 seconds into this one. So we're going to get you a little bit of a tighter angle there. Joey, our man on the camera, is going to take care of it. We're going to do our best to fight off the win, but Evan, I think it's going to be a little bit tough.
Yeah, Claire Haynick's going to take this corner kick. She's one of those girls that senior captain, and she's been on that team since like that 8th, 9th grade too. So she's kind of their seasoned vet on this team that'll take this corner kick here.
She's going to serve this one in with the left foot. Toltender's going to come and play out, nearly getting ahead on that one. I believe that's Reardon. And we're going to get a whistle for contact on the goaltender, I believe. That is Lauren Reardon, the junior. For those of you that are familiar with our KNOX basketball broadcasts, we have seen her quite a bit this year. She is really a phenomenal basketball player, but nice to see her talents carrying over to the soccer field as well. Goal kick going to come in here, defended nicely by Central, moving up the field quickly. Claire Heineck. That one is dispossessed, and they're going to trade some possessions in the middle here, folks. It's a little tough to do play-by-play for soccer. We're going to try and let the camera guide us if we can, but it's sort of tough. We don't want dead air, Evan, but we're also just not exactly sure what to say.
And I don't know who designs the jerseys, but for both teams, their numbers are about the size of a, little patch, so it's hard to see them from about 60 yards away here.
Knight's going to wear their all maroon kits tonight with some purple trim and purple letters, and maroon socks as well. The West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs adorned in all white, and then I believe they're blue letters, but like Evan said, tough to see from just our angle or vantage point here, as this one is going to move now to the far side. And Cheyenne's just going to dump this one up, no one home, so Central's going to step forward. Central looks like they're playing, I believe, a 3-4-4. So that's not too many players, I think. It is. I think it's a 3-4-3, excuse me.
And obviously, we're only 3 minutes into the game here, but I don't know if the ball's been on Central's defensive half yet. So with the wind even blowing in their faces, Central's been able to keep the ball nicely in the Cheyenne zone.
Excellent through ball from Reardon there on the far side. Just going to bat this one over and try and play a ball in. I believe that's Lauren Malott. I'm not positive, but I believe that's Lauren Malott, or that may be Rowan Olmstead, actually. Very nice ball from Reardon there, and just good opportunity for the Knights. Like you said, Evan, they really haven't had any defensive pressure, and given this win, this really could be a good combination for them. Maybe if they could tap one in the back of the net. As the switch comes to the near side now, playing near midfield, that's Kiera Reinhardt. She's going to cycle it to left, but they're going to try and work through the middle here. The Knights are going to get an easy clear, and they're going to go to work on the far side. This one's going to be centered to the middle, but just not able to reach it to Kelsey McLaughlin. But she's going to play on the far side and try and get a boot on this one, as they're able to punch this one up, but this one is just going to trickle out of bounds. Throw on the near side for the Mustangs. This one's bumped out by McLaughlin again, so just kind of a slow-moving game. Soccer is sometimes that way. I played soccer in high school, Evan, not to much acclaim, but there's many nights where you play for your 80 minutes and you go home with nothing at the scoreboard, but we'll do our best to make it enjoyable for you folks. Again, Evan, his inaugural broadcast here with us on KNOX Live Sports. We're going to look to get him involved, and certainly as we look next season to expand some of our coverage. And we're happy this year to bring some more consistent video coverage to you folks, and next year is certainly going to be no different. We're going to continue to add, and do whatever we can to try and bring you live and local sports all season long. This broadcast brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage. Check out all of our specialized seeds at rivards.com. And Grand Trailer Sales, trailer parts, sales, and service right in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. Knights now playing outside the box on the far side. Sheyenne defender going to step, not sure a number on that one, but a nice play there to get Central out of the groove, but they come right back up on the far side now playing near the numbers, actually outside. This ball settles up, and that is going to find the foot of Lauren Malott. Malott is going to try and push this one inside. No one home. We clear there. Malott get another opportunity. Takes a one tap. Just sails over the top of the net.
Again, those shots by Central, just getting it in the zone, especially with the wind at your face. You're hoping that you can sink one in the back of the net and get a lead early here, quick, and have the wind with you on the second half.
Absolutely, and I mean, we watched the last game, right? There's 3 total goals in the last game, so I mean, if Central can even tap one in the first half, as the throw comes here on the near side from Emily Common, and nearly cleared there by a Sheyenne defender, but giving her some trouble is Aubrell Kramer. This one's going to work up the sideline, and they're going to pull this one back for a throw. Like you said, I mean, if Central could even just tag one goal in the first half, I would say, Evan, that has been a very, very successful half, given the fact that their attacking pressure is going to be, I would guess, no less, certainly not going to be harder in the second half with the win, but Central doing a lot with some of their early possessions here. Of course, this night's team led by George Dubois.
And that's Lamb with the shot, just good shots on goal. And then you got Olmsted running back for a hopeful rebound. So those are just good opportunities that you see from Central right now.
Absolutely. And I think any shot on net really, Evan, is just going to be, I think if you're putting anything towards the frame, I mean, that's better than throws and kicks, but just making the goalie work for it, right? And as you talked a little bit in the pregame show, the strength of this West Fargo Sheyenne team is their goaltending. So they're really going to lean heavily on their keeper. That is Reese Shotley, 0-0. You know, for Reese she's not really getting much help in the front, at least as this one has started. And it's a little tough to come off the bus and get going, and I get some of that. But here's another great opportunity by Central.
Olmsted chasing it. Looks like she's getting beat out.
Oh! Shotley just steps at the right time, and Roland Olmsted just not able to get a toe on it, but some great opportunity and nice through all there for the Knights as they're coming right back on the far side now. Oh, Central is able to put one in. The Knights go up 1-0 early.
That is Kelsey McLaughlin, the 9th grader, with her older sister being the older McLaughlin, Madison. And, they're going to make a great duo. She has a forward, and, that was a beautiful shot. And that's like we were saying, just getting shots on net, stuff like that's going to happen, and you're going to get a rebound and go right through the net.
For those of you watching on KNOX Live Sports, I guess it's all of you. We're not on radio tonight. We're going to take you through a replay. This replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. I want to make sure I have this loaded up correctly, but we're going to see the build on the far side here. The name is escaping me. I believe Claire Heineck. Heineck's going to cycle this one and actually missing that one just barely as Rowan Olmsted have been able to clean up there. And the Knights are able to snap one in early. So Central goes up quickly in this one. Again, that replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. But Central able to go up quickly in this one. Score of 1-0 with just 7 minutes into this game.
Central having a goal kick here, but I think that's a good thing for Sheyenne, finally being able to get into that zone and be able to at least put some sort of pressure and some sort of nerve in Central's goaltender,
It's some kind of response, at least, which Sheyenne is going to need to find, obviously. I mean, they've been getting Central, for lack of a better term, has been running circles around them in the first few minutes of this one. So I think any opportunity for Sheyenne as a long ball is going to come in here, but intercepted very nicely. I believe that's Addison Lamb, the 8th grader. Intercepted that nice long through ball. That ball came from Olivia Anderson. But like you said, just for Sheyenne to say, hey, we can start to take a punch in the mouth and continue to roll, I think is going to be critical. They can't get outplayed like this all night long. It'd be a really tough bus ride back.
They're going to really have to try to use this win to their advantage while they still have it too, because that's going to go away in about 31 minutes, and that's just probably one of the biggest factors in this game right now is the win. So hopefully they can take advantage of that.
Oh, and excellent job by Central early, like you said, just forcing the issue early. As they're going to get a throw-in on the far side. For those of you watching in KNOX Live Sports, if you can see that red flag way in the corner there, that thing is pretty much drawn at full attention because of this wind. Again, it's coming out of the north at 17 miles an hour. Pretty nice day out. I mean, it's nice earlier. It was in the 60s. We're going to dip to the 50s by the end of this game, but certainly look for that to be a factor as Roland Olmsted on the far side again, working on that wing. As she plays the ball a little bit aggressive there, but
McLaughlin's chasing it too.
McLaughlin's looking at just not able to get to it in time on the far side now for Sheyenne. That is Simone Bailey. And Simone making a nice play there, but Central's able to clear this one up. Perfect example of the win there. Long, high-arching kick that probably could have made it a little bit closer to the goal line. But some of that wind just curtails it right in the middle of the air. Because Central's going to have a throw on the far side.
Got some substitutions coming in for Central. I see J.C. Reardon's entering the game.
Another sub here coming in, I think up top is a striker. That's 14, Ava Walsh. So Reardon and Walsh in. And much like basketball season, we have 2 Reardons now to keep track of. I think at some points in some of those games, I just kept saying Reardon, and I introduced one of them.
Reardon to Reardon, or the other way, Reardon to Reardon. So
that's right. So Sheyenne gets called for a handball. Very nice position for Central there on the far side of the box, just outside of the corner. This one probably about 24 or so yards out again, just outside tick of the box here, and going to serve this one and unable to get a number.
Lindsey Birch is going to be our one kicking the direct free kick here.
And Sheyenne is going to go for the wall, just a 2-person wall. They don't want to get beat in the box again. Their first goal for the Knights came on a little bit of a scramble play. As we're hearing some shouting on the far side, but I don't know where it's coming from. I think it was from West Fargo Sheyenne as they I'm sorry, a lot of stuff happening around. Madison McLaughlin asks for 10, and the Sheyenne coach starts screaming for his girls to get up because they want to give Central the worst opportunity in the box. So they do come in a few yards. Very nice service ball in here, just lands softly in the hands of Shortley. And West Fargo Sheyenne is able to disarm that threat, but a very nice look for Central there. And Shortley plays this one up quickly, but Reardon able to get a foot on it. And this one's going to trickle through. It lands at the feet of Kaylee Gaffney, and she's going to kick it outside to Bailey. Working back inside to Gaffney now as you get a nice burst of wind here. Bailey, good opportunity. Oh, nearly losing the ball there.
He's going to keep it. Haley Anderson with a great save. But what a shot, and what a opportunity for the Mustangs, for them finally to be able to show that we are here and that we are ready to play.
Absolutely. I mean, pretty much the first sign of life they've had all night, and that nearly came in. And I think one thing that's worth noting, a little bit colder weather, fingers going to be a little bit cold, so maybe there's going to be some more opportunities for rebounds than maybe most nights. So as you saw it there from West Fargo Sheyenne, kind of getting in, and Central's obviously their goal came on a rebound. Getting in, the goaltender might not have as good of an opportunity to grab it.
This is Claire Henick now coming on a breakaway. She put the shot centering. J.C. Reardon's going to get it. Go far side of the 18.
Reardon, far side of the box. Nice move. Left-handed. Kick that one. Again, another nice rebound opportunity. Knights unable to win the race there.
Henick back with the ball.
Oh, this one is cleared safely to the near side. Played in the corner, right back on top of it now is Natalie Pires, I believe. Central's got some very nice pressure on. Really good rebound opportunity.
Kramer with a good look. Just no one's there to be ready for anything.
Central really needed a good job of keeping the pressure on. Again, as they hopped out to an early 1-0 lead just 7 minutes into this game, they really haven't slowed down. And again, folks, we apologize for the win. We're going to try and fight it off as best we can. Sheyenne now working up the near side. Long through ball is going to settle with no one, and this one is going to be a goal kick.
With it being kind of this cold, a little bit chilly, I don't have a ton of soccer experience considering my last time was like my 0-16 8th grade season. But, it gets cold. And when a ball hits you going this fast, whether it's in the head or in the side, it hurts. And so, we're going to see some of these girls, maybe as the night go on, get a little bit more used to that sting. But right now when it's fresh, it is painful.
Oh, I have a little bit of soccer experience under my belt. Played a few years here at Central, and I can tell you what, it doesn't feel any better when it's colder. I must ask, Evan, you must have went to Valley.
I did. Yep.
That's typically where and something season comes from.
Yeah.
Oh. Central working up the far side here. This one's going to be cleared out. George Dubois, nice athletic play. Right-handed grab there as he's going to kind of corral his team. Coach Dubois for a long time was a coach of the boys program and the girls program, and I believe he dropped the boys. And Central's getting a nice opportunity here. Nice through ball there, going to be trying played. And that is Ava Walsh, but just unable to find her target. Coming in, trailing on the far side is Natalia Pires. And that one is unable to be corralled, but it is nice, long goal kick comes there from the feet of Shotley. Central now just going to clear this one safely to the far side. So West Fargo Cheyenne's going to get probably their second really quality opportunity of the night, Evan, I would say. They're sort of working on it. They're doing a little bit better. They're clearing balls a little bit quicker, but we've seen Central at times come with a sort of this good pressure. Central, it seems like a couple opportunities come in flurries, if you will. Throw-in comes in on the far side. It's bounced around, but this one does get cleared by the Knights, but they're not going to win the battle of that ball. Actually, my apologies. Reardon does able to get ahead on it. That's JC.
Oh, here goes JC.
Lauren, or is... Oh, man, I'm getting them confused now. I should just go back to saying Reardon.
Well, it's hard. They're both red hair, just all over the field, no matter where they're at, too. So you never know which one is which sometimes from this far away.
No kidding.
And Shotley, this is where she's kind of got to start keeping her composure too. You've already let one in, but you got to realize that now, you've settled in, you know what's going on, and now it's kind of a big mental game for her because she's she's going to get a lot of touches this game, and so she's just got to be ready for those.
Absolutely, and it was a nice cross is going to come in here, middle box, low cross, good ball to play through the wind, but Central just unable to really get there. That was a really nice opportunity as they put some pressure on here in the near side. Emily Common kicks that one out as the Mustangs are going to have a throw in. Expanding on that a little bit, a good night for a goaltender. You're probably seeing 12, 13 shots, maybe. I don't have the stats here for Shiley, but I can imagine that she's probably seen now 5-6 balls already in the first half, and one of them goes in. A little collision in the midfield there, and this one's going to be called against Central. They're going to say Ava Walsh had a little unnecessary contact there. Serving up this long ball now for the Mustangs. This is going to be Lennon Lindbach. Lennon, nice low kick there, settles on the feet of Olivia Anderson. But the Knights make quick work of Anderson, and they work to the far side. Working up the right. Ooh, nice ball in here. Common probably not going to have enough gas to get to it. Shotley coming quickly off her line. Very good decision there for Shotley. She grabs it again, like we talked about, Evan. For the Knights just to continue to work in, to continue to make her guess herself and not really be positive. I think that's going to be a big win for the Knights, I think, tonight.
Cheyenne getting something set up here in the middle of the field, though, and they got some attackers going forward. Good defended by J.C. Reardon. But again, they're just kind of on the attack right now, and this is a really good look for them.
Excellent ball in the corner. They're unable to corral that one is Simone, but really had a nice look. She had the very good shot in earlier.
Ball's at the top of the 18.
Central struggled to corral, and that nice floater shot comes in there. Quick, easy save for Haley Anderson, but I'd say more encouraging is the pressure that West Fargo Cheyenne is being able to put on early in this game, or not early rather, but as we get sort of the middle frame of this first half, just for Cheyenne to be able to say, hey, maybe we still have a dog in this fight as they kind of have an offensive opportunity there.
And Anderson still being a young sophomore, I think they're hoping to kind of take advantage of that too, get a lot of shots on her and hope, for some mistakes.
Absolutely. Common now going to come up the near side. She wins this one cleanly through a battle. And she's going to lose that one. Very big clear comes in there from Della Cassis. And this one's going to go for a throw for the Knights. I might have had the wrong name there. I think I think Ava Walsh had it, not Emily Common. Nonetheless, the Knights inbound here. It's kicked around in the midfield, crossing now the Cushman Field center yard line.
Anderson with the ball for Cheyenne, taking it up.
I would say for Cheyenne, I think trying to get Simone Bailey involved more and more, I think is going to be really a big piece of this game. She's really had some excellent touches. There's another nice pass there, goes on the far side of the 18. Looking to corral this one and potentially make a decision to cross as Kaylee Gaffney puts a nice move on. She's going to send a cross in. Low cross cleared by the Knights as this one settles near now midfield.
And now Hennick's coming back too, and she's got those cross-country legs, so she is quick and she knows how to go.
Oh, Hennick nearly gets a through ball. That would have been right on the feet of Ava Walsh, unable to get it all the way through. Good defensive stand there for Cheyenne, and again, a confidence builder for them as they look to kind of reestablish themselves in this game, and they're going to go right back at it. Coming up now near midfield, or God, I keep saying midfield. It's not midfield. Coming up here now nearly outside of the 18 is the Mustangs, but Central's able to get it clear and try and play a ball forward. Shout out to our cameraman, Joey. Joey keeping you in the action, folks, and on it. A little bit tough here at Cushman Field. The camera angles aren't always the best. Not quite as intimate as basketball, but we're happy to have him here. Folks, this broadcast brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage. Check out all of our specialized seeds at rivards.com. And Grand Trailer Sales. Trailer parts, sales, and service in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. We'll also mention some sponsors we were not able to get to. Our keys to the game brought to you by Jarrell Sports and Hockey World. Our tools to the game brought to you by Acme Equipment and Acme Tools. And also our starting lineup sponsor brought to you by Franson Bacon Trust. Some folks we just didn't get an opportunity to get to in our condensed pregame show, but we're very thankful to have them on as a part of our broadcast.
Yeah, I think for Sheyenne, too, like you said, getting Simone Bailey into the game and into the action, coming off the bench, she's definitely been the spark for them here today. And so I think she needs to get as many touches as possible.
I think she has consistently been their best passer. She had their best opportunity as this one's going to be waved off. Look close to me, folks. Haley Hoff going to be a little upset with that one. As her good opportunity there is squandered, unable to catch that ball. Like you said, I think Simone Bailey has really been kind of the highlight, if you will, of this Mustangs team. And I think any opportunity for that they want in this game, she's got to be involved because the Mustangs have had the advantage of the win now for half of the first half. We're through 20 minutes of play here. And they really haven't done a whole ton with it. I hate to say it, but they really have only had one quality opportunity and a couple maybe others that fizzled out a little bit.
And for Central, obviously McLaughlin had the goal and she just chased that one out of bounds, but that'll go Cheyenne's way. But I think there's been a lot of players for Central where I think they've definitely made plays. Both reared ends, McLaughlin, Henick, even Kramer, and some of those other girls, Walsh, and they've been in the game kind of, so there's not necessarily one player for the Central girls, but again, Simone Bailey for the Mustangs should be definitely kind of kept an eye on for Central and make sure she's, behind that line on defensive side.
Well, and I think that Central can probably afford, I guess it's not called a spy in soccer, it's called a shadow, but they can afford to play a shadow on Bailey because there's not really a lot of opportunities coming through for the Mustangs, so you're not really too worried about maybe losing kind of some defensive integrity. As Central has played what for me looked like a 3-4-3, maybe a 4-3-3 they've played. As a nice ball comes in here, this one's going to settle on not going to settle on anyone's foot. It's going to get bounced around a little bit. And this one is cleared up the field as Reardon's going to push and just going to be probably a step behind in this one. Cheyenne looking to set up something on the near side. Long through ball comes through off the foot of Emily Gumman.
Touch too. And Haley Hoff will be coming up and getting the ball, but it'll go just out for a goal kick here.
Good opportunity for Cheyenne to push the field there, Evan. I think they really I think this is what you have to do in the win is you have to move the ball quickly because it's going to be your best advantage to catch them off guard. I mean, the slow and methodical build that Central has been a lot. It's sort of what you have. I mean, you can't just boot one in the middle of the air because it's not going to travel that far. But the slow and methodical build that Central has been using really just does not click for the Mustangs. So they got to try and stretch the field because they nearly had a nice opportunity there.
And Central with the goal kick there, you kind of got to learn the situation too. You got to keep it low to the ground when it's this windy because it's not going to go where you want it to go, especially when the wind's in your face. And that's something that Cheyenne can use too. If they get the ball in the air a little bit more, they know it's going to travel a little bit farther too.
Yeah, absolutely. You probably pick up, I would guess, an extra maybe 10 to 15 yards, depending on your boot, right? But you pick up probably an extra 10 to 15 yards when you really start getting the ball up there where you're sitting, where the radio guys are sitting. There's a lot of wind, and there's maybe a little less closer to the ground. Knights inbound here, and they swiftly kick that one out of bounds. So the Mustangs get down for an opportunity for a throw on the far side. Again, folks, you're listening to KNOX Live Sports. Entering Cummings here. I'm your primary play-by-play and main chief gabber, if you will. Joining us tonight, making his on-air and on-video debut, Evan Whalen. Happy to have Evan along. Comes over from the PA world, has done some PA work for not only Central, but the Grand Am tournament, baseball, football, all sorts of stuff. So we're happy to have Evan along as we look to get him incorporated as we continue to add to our broadcast, folks. And again, one thing that's been really, really popular for us this year is these video broadcasts. We're happy to bring you live in local sports, but we cannot do it without all of our sponsors. As you're watching this broadcast tonight, we encourage you to look at the left-hand corner of your screen in the top and just see who is investing these dollars and who's spending and who's giving us an opportunity to do that, as it's a key part of community building. Far side now, the Knights. This one going to get on the field with a foot of Lauren Malott, but she's going to jockey for it and end up coming with the win. Nice stop there. Coming to clear her out, nearly getting her legs is Lennon Limbach. And Cheyenne's going to just boot this one up, but Central's going to have an opportunity to possess here and potentially get working on a possession. But they do take that one out of bounds.
Oh, and again, even just slow attacks, and you see Simone Bailey on that far left side, making a hustle for it, and they end up kicking it out of bounds. Central does, and here she goes again with the ball, coming up the 20-yard line now to the 18, and centers it.
Unable to get a clean foot on this one. Coming out, making a nice play there is Haley Anderson. Very good heads-up play by Anderson there to know kind of to step up to that ball. That one does kind of get through. I'll say harmlessly, but that's pretty generous.
Yeah.
I mean, that one gets through. It doesn't end up in the back of the net, which is good for us, but probably not exactly the cleanest defensive play for the Knights there.
McKemony had a good shot of that too, and that was one of the players that Coach told us about for Sheyenne. He was saying that she's kind of their girl and that she's going to get a lot of those touches up in the front of the net. So good for her to get involved too. That's kind of the first time we've heard her name tonight.
No, I think they're going to need that. I mean, they're going to need something.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's a little crude, but it's just true.
Yeah.
I mean, Central's really dominated this game. As we're nearly through 25 minutes of play, I bet the Knights have had better than 17 minutes of really control of this game. As this ball is played up by Malott, but it's going to be booted quickly back. Reardon able to get a foot on it. She's got the captain's armband on her left arm. She's going to cycle this one left-footed play nice near on the near side. Looking to release outside, but just a step behind there. I believe that's Emily Common, and a nice release there played by Kelsey McLaughlin. She's going to send this one a little bit deep, and McLaughlin's going to just try and win the foot race to it. This one's going to be kicked out. Nice free throw game there for the Knights. Coming up the near side, that's Lindsey Birch that cleared that ball. Knights going to get another opportunity at it here with throwing again is going to be Emily Common.
I know you saw Lauren Reardon earlier in this game, kind of getting a tumble earlier in the 18. So I'm curious if we're going to see some more of that too. But that was a beautifully played ball by Common, but also great grab by Reese Shotley just to get it out of the zone, and a good kick again, using that wind to get his fine heart out of there.
Common, good opportunity, and like we talked about earlier, I like just directing balls towards the net and seeing what happens, because it only takes one gust of wind or a little bit of wind to die out for that to be a hard ball in the handle.
And that was exactly how Hina got to, just a little deflection in front, and she gets the ball in essentially an open net, for her to sink that through.
Yep. And I think that Central's got to keep doing that. And props to West Fargo Cheyenne for really trying to, again, Shotley grabs that ball and basically boots it immediately, goes off the backside of Reardon's head. And that ball is nearly, I mean, you're talking 30, 40 yards out with the wind. You might be able to hit that and put that back. So building those opportunities for Cheyenne, I mean, I would say the first half isn't hopeless. They definitely played better now in this last couple minute stretch versus the first 10, but got some work to do.
Aubrielle Kramer with a good move to get it out of the zone, but Breidenbach does a good job keeping it in for the Mustangs, and it's back centered now.
Coming up near the center of the field, probably about 30 or so out is the Mustangs, and playing that ball is Olivia Anderson. Central going to try and get a step on this. Unable to clear this one now is Della Casas.
And the Mustangs really do need to do something here in the next 13 minutes, because they need to get something on the board, if not one or two on the board, to kind of give themselves a really good fighting chance in the second half when they're not going to have the wind advantage to them. Because, a lot of what they've been doing is when they get in trouble, they kick it high and far away.
That's right.
Well, it's not going to be able to happen if the wind's coming right at your face, and it's kind of going to just come right back at you.
I wouldn't say they're playing with a lack of a game plan, but I just think their game plan is not really going to set them up nicely for the second half. I mean, they're using the wind to their advantage as they should, but it's going to be tough for them, I think, in the second half to see those same kind of results, because they're going to try and boot one up, and it's going to go 10 feet in front of them. It's going to be a lot harder to get your through balls up. Is a nice opportunity here. Dribbling near midfield is Anderson. She lets that one trickle out to the left side. That's Reinhardt. This one's going to come in and grab by Anderson. So again, Cheyenne building, just unable to really find sort of what they need early. Anderson getting a couple good saves early as she boots his goal kick. Here comes near side. Winning that ball is Lindsey Birch. Nice look in the midfield here as Cheyenne's going to try and wear a shot. Good play.
Anderson puts a good look up. Again, those looks right towards net is just perfect. That could hit a goal post, pop right back out, and then you got an easy open net to shoot there. So, again, good looks for Cheyenne. They're finally getting moving. And speaking of that, I don't know if we've heard Reese Shotley's name in a little while. It's kind of the first time in this game where she's had a little bit of a break, been able to breathe.
Yeah, she's had the pressure out of her immediate grill, if you will. The other thing about kind of booting some of these balls with the wind is, especially if you're playing balls high, it's really hard for the keeper to judge, and a little gust of wind comes through as This one's going to be, looks like a little shove maybe came in there from Michaela Velasquez. Velasquez? I think Velasquez, Because we're actually going to get a throw now or a kick rather, from the far side. Not going to be a goal, it's going to be a free kick. Those balls that are played higher up, it just takes one little gust of wind, and that might be in the back of the net. I mean, it's just tough to control. It's tough to know really what the wind is going to do. The Central's now going to build up the far side. Very nice through ball here. Roland Olmsted.
Looks like they're going to get it for offside. Olmsted, that was close.
Let's take another look at that one, folks. For those of you watching on KNOX, well, you're all watching on KNOX Live Sports. This replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. We'll see if we can get that ball and see how close Olmsted was. As you're looking on the far side of the field, she's going to be near the U and Cushman, and I think she just was a step ahead, but man, that was close.
And that's so hard, too, to judge when you're running. And, that's why it's so important to have a really good and, seasoned defenseman, too, to hold that line and to make them be disciplined to that.
You can only move as quick as the defenseman on your own side of the 50. For those of you that are unfamiliar with some soccer rules, so if you're on your side of the 50, for those of you watching, if you're on the right side of the 50, you can be behind a defenseman, but as soon as you cross over that center line, that half marker of the field, you can only be as far back as the closest defenseman. So like you said, it takes a heads-up play to know that and to hold players, and you risk getting beat on a through ball. But if you have some good accurate speed, I think it really makes for a good competition. Good little foot race down the far side.
And those are just good things to see, from a really young Cheyenne team, to be able to build off some of those strengths they have, keeping a line defensively. Even like I'm seeing it right now, they got 3 girls just right on the 30-yard line, forming a solid wall while they're throwing in the ball here. So
some subs going to come in for Cheyenne here. Sprinting to the near side is Kiara Reinhardt. And on the far side, trading the penny is Lillian Ritz, I believe. So Ritz is going to come in and Reinhardt for the Mustangs. Cheyenne booting a ball. This one's going to be played just nearly outside the box, and they're going to look for an outside release. Nice foot there. I believe that was...
I think that's Madison McLaughlin that got that touch on there.
I think you're right, Evan. That was a great defensive play. Just got it right when they needed it. But Cheyenne not going to go away easily here. They're still building. Simone Bailey not on the field. A little bit surprising to our chagrin, as she has really, really been a good player tonight. But Cheyenne going to roll with some other options here.
I wonder if Grand Forks Central's a little bit shocked after that, first initial 20 minutes. They haven't really seen a lot of action on their offensive end this, last 10, 15 minutes or so. And so I wonder if they kind of got comfortable with a 1-goal lead and the wind in their face and thought, this was going to be a little bit easier than it is. But Cheyenne putting definitely a tough matchup on them these last 10, 15 minutes.
I don't think, and now the wind has come down a little bit. I guess it feels like it's come down. I'm not sure. This ball is going to be launched for Anderson. She's able to grab it. Nice, just easy grab there.
That was Paige Height. She's a good player and put a good shot on net. And like we've been saying, that up high in the air with the wind going at you, it's exactly what you want.
For Central, I think they wouldn't. Hard to use the word lucky, but I'm sure they certainly weren't baking a first half goal into their game plan, but that's kind of the advantage of taking the win first, if you will. That Central now is kind of in the driver's seat of this game. They pop a goal into the wind, which you probably don't really expect to get. Cheyenne being held scoreless on this one, 32 minutes into this half. Again, 2 40-minute halves, and I believe 1 15-minute halftime, and then we go to the second half for a little bit, folks. This halftime show going to be brought to you by High Plains Water. Your home's clear choice for awesome water and spray advantage, I believe. It's off memory, though, so don't quote me. Halftime show, we'll talk a little bit about what we've seen so far in this game and maybe what either one of these teams needs to do to be successful in the second half. And, of course, you're going to hear a word from our sponsors. Soccer, generally a little less sponsor-heavy broadcast for us, but we do have to work them in. Far side now, Cheyenne's going to get a throw. This one's going to come in, settle just off the corner of the 18. It's controlled, flicked overhead. Really nice little play there as they're going to jockey for this one and just kind of get it traded around as Reardon putting on some good pressure there. Careful not to foul. And this one's going to trickle out and be a goal kick for the Knights.
I like to see it a little bit more aggressive down there. They've definitely been getting a little bit touchier and a little bit hard, but that's what you have to do with 6 minutes left with the wind on you. You know, you got to kind of start taking advantage of your goals. Obviously, they're not out there just checking girls, but, you know, they're definitely starting to get a little bit more physical, which is kind of what you want to see if you're Sheyenne here.
I think that there's nothing wrong with letting them know that you're there.
Yeah.
And we talk about it a lot, especially in the game of basketball. And again, for those of you that have watched our coverage throughout the season, the Reardons are familiar names. Very nice touch there by Heineck. And she's going to nearly play that one through for Reardon. Very good defensive play by Lillian Wirtz. The junior there really getting a nice foot on that ball. That could have been bad news. I think that would have been a clean break for Reardon. Reardon now coming up, and she's going to look to her sister on the far outside for a release. JC's going to lose the foot race, but if she can play smart, she might have an opportunity at this ball. Someone's going to go to the far sideline and be kicked out.
You know, that's kind of the first signs of life we've seen from Central though in these past 8 minutes or so. I mean, they've kind of been struggling a little bit just to get the ball on their half and get going, and that was kind of the first sounds we heard from the Central bench and the Central parents, you know, in these last couple minutes. So that was good to see them just get a little bit of energy too.
I agree. I think that Central really put some good pressure on for about the first 15 or so minutes, maybe 12 or whatever. I mean, not exactly. There should be a foul call on the far side. Nothing whistle. That is egregious. Central was really active early, and then they kind of played the midfield trade ball. A couple decent opportunities for Sheyenne, but finally just a little sign of life here with 5 minutes remaining in the first half.
And that's exactly what you want too. You know, no matter what sport you play, you want a little bit of momentum going into the halftime, give you guys something to cheer about. You know, instead of having to play solid defense for 20 minutes, it's hard to go in excited, ready to go for another half when you haven't been able to control the ball. And speaking of that, Sheyenne coming forward, but Reardon with a touch. Ball played back in by Olivia Anderson.
Excellent opportunity for Sheyenne here, and they're not going to go away easily. Knights now going to look to cycle along. They're just unable to break that first line, but keep in mind, folks, that some of these stretch kind of through balls that Central has tried to play probably going to be much more successful in the second half because they're going to have a little bit of wind so they can pop these up. They've sort of been limited to the ground game here. They do get one through. J.C. Reardon pressing for it, but this one is kicked out on the far side. Clearing that ball for the Mustangs is Della Casas. Knights going to have a throw on the far side, really getting into striking distance here. Going to be within 25.
That goes to, I think that's Walsh in the far corner, and Reardon kind of takes a little bit of a bump, but really good defensive play by Dela Vogel, just getting it out of bounds and get her group kind of reset and settled.
Far side now, the Knights possessing this one, gonna look to work inside. They're gonna wrestle for that ball. I think able to come away with that one is Emily Common.
Common to Walsh, and Walsh with a really good shot back in the corner, and McLaughlin's gonna chase it all the way in the corner, and is able to kind of get control of it just outside the 18.
Excellent cross there. Wow, that was a nice ball. Central just unable to put a head on it. This one tried to be clear, but it is missed.
Looks like that's Walsh chasing it. Oh, good save by Reese Shotley, though. Just to... That kind of is that jumpy reaction. You don't know where that ball's going, coming back at you from your own teammates. It's hard to judge when that one's coming to you.
Another little quirk of soccer that's worth noting, folks, is that a goaltender can, of course, play the ball with their hands anywhere inside that yellow box that you see. It's called the 18. But the other piece of that is that if your own player plays you the ball, I'm trying to think of the word, not
intentionally.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you. That's why we got two on the broadcast, folks, because one brain sometimes just isn't enough for this deal. If you play the ball intentionally to your goaltender, they cannot pick it up with their hands. However, if a ball is deflected towards your goaltender but goes off your player last, you can. So like you said for Shotley, not really knowing if she's going to get a hand on that or not. But Central's able to get a kind of a little bit of a deke on it there, and she's able to put a hand on.
Putting some pressure on that defensive side of the ball for Sheyenne too, and Central's going to get another throw in with about 2.5 minutes left to go. But we got some whistles going on here, and I'm not fully sure what's going on.
I'm sure they're swapping a ball out. We're tying a cleat, I think. And so for those of you watching our broadcast, our clock is about 30 seconds behind. You can thank your play-by-play guy here as I just missed it to start. Hopefully going to do a little bit better job in the second half here. Central plays the ball weakly into the box, far side, and Reardon's going to push for this one, and she's going to be last played off her. So in the fading minutes of the first half here, folks, the sun has pretty much all gone away, and we're going to be playing under the lights. It's been a chilly night so far, Evan, but hopefully this wind comes off a little bit after Central can score a couple goals in the second half. Cheyenne going to work now on the far side. They're going to swing this one middle. Good defensive play there by Reardon. Oh, just unable to get to it at the end there.
Taken back by Fowl for the Mustangs, and that gets them in a really good offensive position down in the middle, but well handled by May Dickelman. Again, she's another one of those players, May Dickelman, that's been on this crew since she was in 8th grade and, has just been playing with the McLaughlin and Reardon team. And so, these girls, she's kind of their gyro on the back line that's able to kind of keep that line like we were talking about earlier.
One thing that I think is worth noting, and we'll talk a little bit more in our half game show, I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily an elite soccer mind, but I've seen a couple games in my day. I think Cheyenne is really struggling to find that second pass up top. They do a really nice job of getting that ball just outside the 18, but then they really struggle knowing where to go with that. Look forward to watching that develop, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in the halftime show. Folks, as we wind down, just 40 seconds now remain in this first half, and Central's going to take a sweet time to get this one going. They absolutely have no desire to get this ball in play sooner than they absolutely have to.
No, and again, that's what comes with like a little bit of veteran player. You understand the situations a little bit better, and that's what they've learned definitely over these last 3-4 years, all playing together on how to do that stuff better.
Opportunity comes in here for Cheyenne. Going to play the ball fake there, but no one home behind. That's Tenley McMenemy. Not seeing her getting as many touches in the first half, which is a little surprising here, folks. As this horn is going to sound, folks, that's going to wrap it up for our first half. Your Knights lead by a score of 1-0. We'll take you through our brief scoring summary, but first, a couple words from our sponsors. You're listening to Knights Soccer. You're watching, rather, on KNOX Live Sports.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Hello?
Yeah, is your refrigerator running?
Not again.
Because it should be. Keep your refrigerator and all your appliances running like new with the help of Bud & Ralph's Appliance Service. Bud & Ralph's has been making house calls in the greater Grand Forks area since 1986.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
ProAg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Blue Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
See the full line of Kubota at Acme Equipment Grand Forks.
Did you know there's another way to manage your farm's risk and protect your equity with margin protection? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. Margin protection provides coverage against an unexpected decrease in operating margin. In other words, we can put a policy in place to protect your farm from changing input costs and crop prices. Join us at Irie Insurance for our upcoming margin protection meetings, August 29th at 8:30 a.m. in Devils Lake and 4 p.m. in Hope, and August 30th at 8 a.m. in Hillsborough. For more information, visit our website at irieins.com. Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
Presenting Hugo's Theater. Oh, I'm the worst.
What do you mean, Pally? Hugo's Meat and Seafood is the best. Just ask him. The eyes have it.
The finest meat and seafood at Hugo's.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience, hope, and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Okay, back here to the halftime show. Adrian Cummings here alongside Evan Whalen. Your Knights at a 1-0 lead, Evan. It's been a little bit of a slow burn this first half, but nonetheless, we're happy to have this game for you folks. Again, as part of our KNOX live sports coverage, this halftime show brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, 1812 Gateway Drive, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water. Also, our network sponsors are Vards Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales. A lot of sponsors we probably won't get to tonight, folks. It's just some sports are better than others. Basketball is a great sponsor sport. Lots of timeouts, lots of fouls, lots of free throws, etc. But soccer, a little bit tougher to spotlight some of those folks. But, of course, we could not do it without our live and local support. Evan, what are you seeing so far in this first half?
Well, I'm glad Cheyenne picked it up a little bit in that second half. Second half of the first half. I mean, they were able to finally get something going, get some opportunities, put some pressure on Central's goaltender, Anderson, and, finally kind of, what we would say is like shiver her timbers,
That's right.
And, Central they were able to attack starting right away, getting kind of, I don't want to say lucky early, but got a good bounce, got a good deflection, and were able to put one in the back of the net. So, for them just to be able to take this win now to their advantage and just keep expanding on their lead, hopefully. And Cheyenne, they're kind of working from behind, kind of a double negative here, coming down from one and have the win to work against. But, they kind of got a lot of momentum, and I think they have the momentum going in the second half here too. So you never know what can happen. They'll be the ones taking the opening kick, and for them, they got to keep the ball low. With this wind going up high now, Central's trying to do that as much as they could, and now they can kind of play it a little more naturally for them.
I think a few things. I think, number one, Central's opportunities were mostly limited to the ground, and I thought Cheyenne, honestly, I thought Central should maybe take some notes because Cheyenne did a really good job of sniffing out some of those low, props to Central. They weren't trying to pop too many balls up, but Cheyenne, did a nice job of trying to cut off a lot of those low ground through balls, stuff below the knees for the most part. But now in the game plan for the second half of the Knights completely changes. Balls over the top are in play. And unfortunately for Cheyenne, their strategy most of the first half was pretty much just boot it as high as you can and see where it ends up.
Yeah.
And the other thing I noticed for the Mustangs side of this thing is that, they were able to get that first pass. They'd get out to about the 25 to 30, maybe the 22, that first pass, and they're able to get up into kind of Central's what we'd call traditionally the attacking zone. But then for whatever reason, they're unable to really find that second pass and build. So I think seeing a little bit more concentration in the middle for the Mustangs might be nice. We're not seeing a lot of play come for them from the wings, but if they can get a couple of players kind of inside the hash marks, if you will, and maybe not exactly that tight, but I think some more focused in the middle. You might have a second pass, and you might be able to kind of move some of the defenders and get play a little more freely.
And that's tough too, because Central's got four defenders. 3 of them are juniors that have been on the team for a long time too. Like Dickelman kind of leading that way, so they're experienced and know how to handle those situations too. But it's going to be a challenge for them to just get the ball through them and get through, especially with the wind at their back, by keeping it low here.
Folks, we're looking forward to a great second half. You're watching KNOX Live Sports. This broadcast brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine and High Plains Water. Of course, those are our halftime sponsors. Network sponsors are Vards Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales. We're going to send you a couple breaks here, folks. We'll be back in a few minutes with the second half. Knights lead 1-0.
Tufty Marine in Northwood is your Lund Boat headquarters. Looking to buy, sell, or trade? Tufty Marine will get you into the Lund boat you've always wanted. And they have the parts and accessories you need as well. To check out their inventory, go to tuftymarine.com. Tufty Marine, your Lund dealer in Northwood, always willing to make a deal.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
If you haven't had good pizza, I mean really good pizza from Pizza, you should. Pete's Menu offers personal, family, or specialty for free delivery or pickup Tuesday through Saturday, along with daily specials, all at delicious prices. If you haven't been to pizzamenu.com, you should.
The Golf Center is your go-to place for the latest. From PXG, Callaway, TaylorMade, Titleist, Ping, Srixon, Mizuno, plus everything else at the Golf Center.
Have you done your maintenance? You should. Call Thermal Air and let us check your furnace or your boiler for professional evaluation of your equipment's performance without high-pressure tactics. Call Thermal Air at 701-740-8161.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Phil Thompson and Associates are on the job providing crop insurance, tax, and related service for farmers, businesses, individuals, and families since 1989. Phil Thompson and Associates, Warren and East Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
What do you need or want right now? Area Community Credit Union can help you get whatever it is you want. Vehicle, furniture, a home loan, or maybe you need help with a wedding. Contact the professionals at Area Community Credit for solutions. Federally insured by NCUA.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you back here to Cushman Field, Adrian Cummings alongside my new counterpart, Evan Whalen. We're getting ready for some second half here of Central Girls Soccer. We missed a really good opportunity.
More Mustangs coming up here too. Yeah, Haley Anderson had a great save by just a rifle down in there. That was probably Cheyenne's best look of the game. And like we were saying, talking about this wind, they didn't seem fazed by it at all off the opening kickoff. So
immediately Cheyenne produces a really good play, building through the middle on the ground, and just a shot inside the 6, but a great save by Anderson. We're already seeing how this game is switching. Not only is Central now going to be playing on their heels a little bit as Cheyenne has come up with a little fire, but even on the far side, Reese Shotley, instead of her typical goal kick boot, you see her just playing a ball on the ground there. So it's going to be a lot of, sometimes it comes down to sports is just risk mitigation, just making the smart play and not being an idiot, basically. And I think that we're going to get into some of that, especially with the Mustangs playing from a goal down. Going to need to find something here in this game, and it's not going to get any easier. This wind has come down a tad, but still blowing pretty well, as you'll see an occasional cut maybe to the American flag, and that thing is rolling in the wind.
See a little bit of change on Central's lineup. We got Lauren Malott playing that center striker position. She wasn't really in that. She was kind of more of a back mid player last half, so I wonder if they're planning to divvy something up with her. She was 8th grader, played on the basketball team this year for Central. Very quick defensive player, kind of a spark always on that team. Would come off the bench, start a couple games, and I'm curious to see what she'll be able to do on the soccer field here. And that is Malott kicking it out of bounds. Cheyenne will get the throw-in. No, correction. Central will get the throw-in.
Far side now working just kind of on the edge of the attacking third down into the middle third. Malott going to control this one and try and cycle it up. No one there. She is playing to the inside, and I think her release, Kelsey McLaughlin, was on the outside. Cheyenne's going to get another opportunity here, but Central, nice defensive play to sniff that one out. Making the play there, May Dickman, I believe. I think I got that right. Yeah, I did. May Dickelman, excuse me. Cheyenne going to throw it in on the near side here. Mustangs throw up line, no good. This one is going to be corralled nearly, but kicked out a little bit in a panic by the Knights. As this one is, the play is actually missed by, not Kelsey McLaughlin, like Lennon Lindbach. And the Knights are able to force a throw on the near side. So good opportunity for Central here. Again, playing with the wind to their backs now. It's probably going to be the biggest story in this second half is the opportunities the Knights will have with a little bit of a boost from this wind.
Looks like Henick is going to throw it in. You got Malott and Olmsted. Looks like they're going to be her targets with Aubriel Kramer kind of sitting on the 20-yard line there too. It does go to Malott, but well defended by Cheyenne.
This one gets popped up, and this one's going to bounce around, but Cheyenne's going to hit the ground running here and trying to play this one out of their own zone. Coming up through the back now was Olivia Anderson. Anderson still with the ball. She's had this one nearly for 50 or 60 yards, but Central's able to house that one, and a long clearance comes here. We're going to get a foot race here from between Malott and running out of gas. There is Lindbach. Malott now going to play to the near corner. Going to have to be methodical here as Lindbach steps to that one. Malott works inside. Her crossing attempt, no good. So this one is going to be a goal kick. You're seeing there already, Evan. Central they're not afraid to stretch the field and try to just get down as much as they can, really.
That's exactly what they should be doing, too.
That's right.
Again, you can even see just the difference already in the goal kicks right now. You know, her goal kicks before were just sailing to the 50-yard line, and now they're kind of trickling to the 30. Just it's a tough way to go and get at it, but they do get the ball, centering it about the 30-yard line of their own.
You're going to play up the left side wing here, near side. This one missed just barely by Breidenbach. And they're going to defend there the ball that's going to roll out of bounds. This one crawls out. Addison Lamb, the 8th grader there. And not uncommon, folks, to see 8th graders play. Lauren Malott again playing on the far side. She shifted to the middle. She sort of plays all over. She sort of plays all over the place. But Lauren Malott is also an 8th grader. She played basketball. Really got a long career ahead of her. We'll probably be calling her name for a few years. As Aubriel Kramer dumps this one here, and Malott's going to test. Coming up for this one is Shotley. Shotley going to carefully wait about the 17-yard mark. Is going to just wait for that one to roll into the box and grab it.
And just a little bit ago, Reardon kicked the ball right off Henick, and I know that one hurt too because you're not expecting it, and it's just going to get you right in the side of the leg and sting you a little bit. Central will throw it in, though, at about the 35-yard line. Well defended by Cheyenne, gets a touch on it, but Claire Henick has it at about the 20, entering the 18 on the far left side, is going to center it to Malott. Will get a touch on it.
Oh!
But well defended and great save by Shotley to get the pressure off a little bit. She's going to go to the far right side of the field, or far left side, excuse me, to number 14, Breidenbach. She gets a good touch on it, and they're in the center, but it will go for a free kick.
We saw Breidenbach with her hand up, and Shotley, I think, saw where she wanted to go with that one, but it just drifted a little closer to the middle. Incidental hand there, so going to be no flag, of course, but now the Mustangs with an opportunity to send this one in. Lindbach, she's going to lay a nice boot there, kind of middle-level clearance, or middle-level ball, excuse me. It's a pretty good look, but Lamb, clears that one out on the near side.
And that's exactly how high she wanted it, too. You know, so the wind's not going to make a crazy change. Her players are able to get there. And, you know, now they have a ball again at center about the 35-yard line. A great touch. And like you were saying, they're really good at those first touches. And it's getting these second ones here. But finally they get a good look. Just goes right a little bit.
You know, they've done a better job. Cheyenne has played with a little more passion. They're moving the ball pretty well, I would say, through the midfield out to the wings. And they're not really looking for the, you know, for lack of a better term, the home run ball, right? They're just trying to play sort of the right pass. And I certainly think that's changed as we're just kind of starting to trickle into the second half now. And nearly 7 minutes have gone by. I think Central really has kind of maybe not really done as much, at least in the first few minutes of this half, as they did in the first half. Now, granted, this time in the first half, they had a goal on the board and they were still celebrating. But nonetheless, the Knights now kind of playing on their heels a little bit. And props to Cheyenne for going down a goal early, but not really getting out of this game.
That's a great thing to bounce back from, too. It's hard mentally to go down in a sport like soccer where, sometimes games end 1-0 and you don't know that's going to happen. Just mentally to come back and keep attacking hard and like they've been doing here. And they're going to have another good look past the 20 on. That's a good shot, but it's going to go just right. That shot was by, I believe it was Folly.
I think it was McMenemy that actually had the last foot on it, but it's a good look from 28 or so out, but man, I really love an extra passer on the far side. You had your release that was pretty much all alone. So I think Sheyenne is starting to get a little bit of a different groove. They're starting to complete some passes. They're starting to kind of feel a little bit of a tempo, if you will. So I think that, I as a Knights fan, right? I mean, we're not supposed to be biased, but
yeah,
as a Knights fan, I don't really love how this first half is starting for Central. They're going to get an opportunity here now to move this ball forward. Very nice foot in there. That one comes from Olivia Anderson, but they turned it over. Excuse me. I looked down to read the name, and I lost the ball for a second there.
And now the sun is no longer hitting the sidelines for both teams, and you can see the Sheyenne players are bundled up trying to stay warm if they have to come back into this game, and it looks like someone is actually going to go jog and warm up to come in here soon.
So we're going to get looks like a throw on the far side.
I really like this new energy, though, that Cheyenne's come out with. They finally are coming out and playing. They're not, coming with their head down. I think Central maybe thought, too, coming in this half, we're going to have the wind with us. We're already in a lead. It really hasn't been the case like that. Cheyenne has outplayed Central this entire half, essentially.
I think that Sheyenne has really had the upper advantage. Probably.
Speaking of that, though, Malot's going to come race, and she's going to get ahead. It's going to be a 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper Shotley makes a great save with her feet, but she's behind.
Good opportunity for the Knights here. Malott going to wear one in on the left foot. Nice defensive play there, but this one just unable to be corralled as Malott now
is going to take a shot from deep. Oh, and it goes right over the net. It looked really good from up here, but we can't quite see how high it is. But wow, that was like we were saying, Central kind of was getting stagnant for a second, and that brought some life into here. We heard the parents kind of start getting pretty jittery and jumpy.
A little bit of energy finally back. Knights can have an opportunity here from the near side corner. Playing this one, I'm going to try and do my best for my old eyes to see who this is. Not exactly sure.
I believe that's Henick.
I think you're right, Evan. Henick going to play a nice middle-level cross. Off ahead.
Off the back post.
And this one's going to settle in the back of the net. The Knights score, ladies and gentlemen. Central gets now their second goal of the night, their first in the win. Not exactly sure who had it. I hate to be honest there. It might have been even an own goal, folks. And for those of you watching, we're going to send you to a quick replay here. This replay brought to you by American Family Insurance.
It does look like they're kind of high-fiving McLaughlin more than anything right now, but we'll take a look at it right here on our replay. Henick does a great kick. And I think McLaughlin was closest, but I don't know if she touched it.
I think that looks like an own goal. We'll see if we can't take another look at that one here. I think it was an own goal, Evan, but I'm not positive.
I think it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Nonetheless, Knights go up now by a score of 2-0. That replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. The Knights got a nice, I would say, comfortable lead for the game of soccer. It's like we were talking about, Central kind of was getting outplayed for a few minutes there, and then it seems like just it takes one break, really. Malott had a very nice break, and credit to Shotley, she played that ball very nicely initially, but that's sort of when the second wave of the legs showed up, there was just too many in the box there. On the corner kick, then Central's able to put that one in, or someone's able to put that one in. We're not exactly sure.
Yeah, and that's so hard as a goalkeeper too. When you have someone on that back post, you're just hoping and praying that they can do their job. But that's a great shot. I think that actually would have made a field goal for 3 points in a football game from the 25-yard line. But like I was saying, you're hoping, and with a windy night like today, you have no idea what's going to happen, especially on a corner kick when the wind's blowing right at the net too.
No reason not to try. I mean. And I think that was McMenemy that wore that long shot, and clearly we can see that she is probably got some of the most leg power in this game. I mean, that one was into the wind, and it looked like just sailing out there. Nonetheless, now the Knights going to kick a goal kick, taking this one on the near side, I believe, is Addison Lamb.
And they're going to give credit to Common for the goal on the PA here that we will see.
This one's going to be just shuffled out of bounds on the near side by Breidenbach. Central's going to get an opportunity to toss this one upfield, and we're going to get a little swap on the throw in here. So Lamb, she gets replaced by May Dickelman. As they're going to play this one up the near side. Nice ball there. A little bit of a low through and putting some pressure on this one now. Nice play there. Ava Walsh, but unable just to get to it at the last second. Breidenbach now near side. A little bit better when the numbers are closer to us. Oh, a little nutmeg there coming up the near side now. Addison Lamb. Lamb going to cycle to the middle here. Walsh going to get a foot on it, and that one's going to be traded to Heineck. And now coming here on the left side. Sheyenne unable to clear and put away some of this initial pressure. Breidenbach on the left side wing here. She's dispossessed by, I believe, Natalia Pires, and Pires able to keep that one in very close to the outside wall there, outside line rather.
And that's Dickelman with the clear to about the 50-yard line using the wind to her advantage. But I do think the wind's died down just a little bit here. Doesn't seem like the flags are blowing as strong, and I'm not quite as cold as I was earlier.
That's right. That's the only way to tell is my hands aren't as cold anymore. 27 minutes remain, folks. We're a minute behind. I don't know if they stopped during goals, but they must. A minute ahead, rather. Maybe we'll try and stop here to catch up with them. But nonetheless, folks, this broadcast brought to you by Rivard's Turf and Forage. Check out all of our specialized seeds at rivards.com and Grand Trailer Sales. Trailer parts, sales, and service.
Couple substitution, and actually Elizabeth Malott, the older sister of Lauren Malott, is going to come into the game, too, to play for the Knights, and it looks like Lauren is out of the game. So we got two sisters on that central team, too, and, you know, all of them kind of being a essential set of sisters that we've heard a lot of their names tonight, too.
McLaughlin, they're sisters?
Yeah, there's three
sets of twist sisters.
One of them has a goal, too.
There's the Reardons, the McLaughlins, and then the Malotts as well. So certainly some familiar names and faces. For those of you that have watched our coverage all year long, some of these names really shouldn't be that new to you. Central has no doubt got their fair share of 2- and 3-sport athletes. That one is worn, I think, off the chin there of Natalie Pires, but they're going to get an opportunity to push the field up here.
I think this is Dickelman? No, it's not. That is Walsh chasing that ball, but it's going to go out of bounds. And Central will get the throw, and it looks like Aubrielle Kramer will throw it in.
Kramer on the near side now. Nice throw there by her. I don't even think that one had much help from the wind, as Abel Walsh is going to work up the near side now, working very far in the corner.
JC Reardon in the center.
Excellent through ball there.
Broken up. I think who broke was Della Casas. I think that's who broke it up in the center there, and that was beautifully done. Lauren Reardon was right there, or JC Reardon actually was right there to go score that puck, or score the ball if she is not there to stop that.
Excellent cross in there by Walsh, and just Reardon got just a step ahead of it, but nonetheless, some good attacking zone time here as Walsh is going to send another nice cross, and this one unable to crowd. Reardon going to take that one.
Oh, that's excellent save by Reese Shotley. That's her best one of the night. That is very good. And Central will get another corner kick out of this, though, too, which so far so good from corner kicks. I think they're 1 for 2 on the night.
I think you're right. I think excellent shot from Reardon there, and Shotley an even better save. I mean, Reardon was not far off the penalty marker, probably about 15 or so yards out, but just an excellent save by Shotley. I thought for sure that was going to settle in the back of the net, but now we have another opportunity for a corner here. I'm going to serve this one in with her right foot.
I'm going to guess this is Heineck again, too, but I can't really tell.
Heineck has by far been their best corner kicker as this set play for Central now. This is where Sheyenne lost the ball a little bit last time. The wind helps this one out of bounds, so Sheyenne is going to go away unscathed. But like you said, certainly Shotley, that's her best save of the night, Evan. Just moments ago on Reardon, a really nice ball from Walsh. Reardon gets a good foot on it, really solid-footed shot, but just a hair behind.
Like Coach Vatra said, though, earlier to me, you know, he was like, she's kind of our bread and butter that we have to, like, hold off of, and, you know, she's done her job as well as she can. She has not let anything gone in that has been in touchable reach for her.
That's right.
So she's been a brick wall back there, even though the score still is 2-0.
She's done exactly that she's really needed to. You know, she's gotten to every ball really that has been, like you said, kind of within her reach and within the realm of, hey, I should be able to get to this. So props to her, but a couple of goals that have just come through that have been, you get the first save, you miss the second one.
Yeah.
You know, defender, a little bit of miscommunication in the back. I mean, certainly nothing that would be like a big oopsie, I guess. This is probably the easiest way to say it.
Here comes Sheyenne on the attack. They're almost to their 50-yard line, but beautifully broken up by Claire Heineck. However, Sheyenne will still retain possession of the ball here. And here back into the game is Simone Bailey. Finally, she's getting a touch on it. And like we said, offensive things happen, it looks like, when she gets involved here. And so she's playing that center forward striker position. And I'm wondering if they're going to look to get her as many touches as they can on the top of the 18 there.
Well, and Bailey played on kind of the far left side of kind of their build, but I thought, well, Bailey's playing on the left, but now she's going to work to the center a little bit, which I think, honestly, is probably a little bit of a better option for Sheyenne. They've played pretty well on the wings here, but it's been a good second half, I would say. I'd say it's been a good second half, really, for both teams, and Central just able to pop one goal in. So they're going to have a goal kick here with 23 minutes remaining.
Kramer fights off Vogel, too, to get a goal kick. They were definitely kind of scrumming and pushing there, but, she put the body to her and wouldn't let her touch the ball.
For those of you watching on KNOX Live Sports, my apologies. I stopped the clock to try and catch us up, and then I completely brain farted it. So I disregard that clock at the bottom, and it's not accurate at all. As Lindbach
going to chase it.
Yeah, Lindbach's going to play that one back in safely, but the Knights going to get an opportunity here. Reardon now on the far side. I believe this is JC. She's going to enter the box on the left side. She's going to put the brakes on there. Serve this one back up top. Long shot comes in.
And Shotley with a good save, right to her. But like we said, she hasn't made those mistakes that have, resulted in goals for Central. And, we've been saying JC a lot this second half, but we haven't heard a ton from Lauren's name yet. And so it'd be nice for Central to get her involved a little bit more, even though she's in that midfield position, so kind of in charge of that, defensive rushes and just kind of the backboard of those offensive attacks. But Sheyenne gets a centering pass, and Bailey's going to get the ball at the top of the 18. She's going to go, but beautifully defended by Dickelman.
Bailey's going to stick with this one.
Dickelman's going to take a tumble, and so will Bailey, but no whistle is called.
Folks are going to try and reline up our clock here when we get to the 20-minute mark. We're about three-quarters through this ball. So this one's going to trickle through. Going to be a good opportunity for Sheyenne, but getting to that ball and winning the foot race there is Haley Anderson-Tibitowski. She's able to fall on that one, and a nice job there to really limit what was a good opportunity for Sheyenne. Sort of funny, it seems like the teams have had kind of better play as they're going into the wind, weirdly enough. You wouldn't think, I guess, but maybe you're playing a little harder to try and make up for the disadvantage.
That's, again, a good shot. Just something on goal, something to get a left for. You'd like to kind of see it maybe get touched a little bit one more time and then a rifle-in shot, but, that's better than nothing, especially when you got Bailey running up on it, too.
This is going to be now Tenley McMenemy, and she's going to cycle this one out to the far side. Good defense there by Reardon. Reardon, that's kind of that center midfielder position, is going to come back a little bit and drift back and play the opportunity there, but this one's going to be a throw now for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and Lauren wearing that captain band on her arm, captain for both, probably every team she plays, both volleyball, basketball, and soccer now. I wonder if she does track. She might. I'm not even sure, because a lot of these girls do doubles. I know Claire Henick does a double. She'll go run track and stuff, too. So it keeps them busy.
Incredible. Oh, what a schedule that must be. Cheyenne's going to wear a nice shot in here. Just starting to wear away a little bit, I think, on Haley Anderson. I'd say any other night when we don't have a 15 or so mile-an-hour wind blowing, this game might be a little bit of a different story. But again, Central leads this one 2-0. They've had a nice showing, one goal in each half. And they're certainly now in the comfort zone. As one goal is easy to overcome, but two is a little bit more work. As this one's bobbled around. Oh, thank you. As this one's bobbled around here as our clock finally gets reset now.
Mustangs, 28, Paige Height. In for the Knights, number
Claire Henick's going to take a touch on it. And it's going to go to McLaughlin to Walsh, but she's going to be a little bit in front of that one. And Sheyenne will get possession back at about the 50-yard line with JC chasing it out of bounds and Central's throwing. Honestly, I think now kind of in the second point in the half, we're seeing a lot of opportunities both ways, a lot of Central and a lot of Sheyenne, and which, Central obviously didn't want to see coming in this half, was hoping that, maybe they'd be able to keep it more on their half. But, Sheyenne, I wouldn't even say that if I couldn't feel it, I wouldn't have even noticed that wind would be playing a factor right now.
I think that this has been a much more balanced half, and credit to Sheyenne and the coaching staff for saying, hey, we kind of got to play in the first half, but we need to maybe come back with something a little bit better, and they've done that in the second half. As a nice long ball is laid in here, and it's going to be jostled around in the midfield. Cheyenne going to now go to work on the far side. This centering pass, Bailey. Bailey's going to now try and work, but just barely beat to the step there. And the Knights are going to look to flip the field quickly. Hynek's going to play this one through. McLaughlin just unable to really get a good controlling foot on it, but Lamb is going to step up here. McLaughlin's going to drop now into that defensive position, but they're going to trade back. As the through ball comes, going to be a very good opportunity here for Ava Walsh. Walsh going to win this foot race just by a touch. And she's going to... wow. Ooh, that was a little higher than I thought it was.
Hit the post for the field goal, not the actual soccer nets, but that was a really good play, and he had JC crashing in the middle too. So, that was again another one of good Central looks that just weren't able to find the back of the nets. But no, someone falls down. I can't quite see who that was, but no whistle, and now a tumble. McLaughlin's going to tick Vogel from behind, and she will get awarded a direct free kick. It looks like Lennon Lindback is going to take it. She's going to keep it low to the ground. And that's a beautiful ball.
Nicely played through.
Has it
outside.
Centered. Bailey. Oh, is she going to be offsides? Bailey is going to be offsides. They scored, but she is offside, stands in front because it was touched by her teammate. And again, that's where that veteran Central defensive line is going to come and play, keeping them off sides, and is not going to let that happen. And that's why it's so important to keep a line like that.
As we watch the play up here, this camera work done by our man, Joey Bailey, wow, that was very close. That was an extremely close call. From what we saw, it looked pretty close as Walsh going to find a burst of speed here playing on Lennon Lindbach. He's going to get her a little shove in the back there. As Reardon's going to put her head into this one and get going. This one's going to be played now off of Lindback to Reardon, back now to Shotley. Good pressure there by Reardon as Central is really starting to kind of find their groove and get some more through balls up again. They're playing with a little bit of a 2-goal backstop, so the sense of urgency maybe isn't there as other points in this game, but certainly been a pretty exciting soccer game for us to watch tonight, Evan.
That offsides is just such a heartbreaker, too. I mean, you do all this work, you finally get a really good offensive possession, you get there, and, it gets called back, and, you're not even thinking about it when you're there, too. It's like, if you take a basketball and you make a great play, then they call you for a charge right at the end, and you think you get a foul and then one. So it really is a heartbreaker, and it's kind of changed the momentum here a little bit, too, as we've seen Central with a couple great opportunities in the last 2 minutes after it.
I think Central is starting to get a little bit of tired legs, though. You can only play these big, long through balls through kind of a couple times before the gas wears out. As we're getting down now to the closing minutes. Not exactly the closing minutes, but we're 16 minutes away from this one going to be concluding. So this game has been coming along nicely, and kind of we're getting to that final third, if you will, where the game gets a little bit slower. Like you say, you start to spend some players on playing some of those really long through balls through, and that's a little bit harder to get to the next one.
And a lot of these people haven't had breaks. I don't know if we've seen either Reardon come out of the game, the McLaughlins come out of the game, Kramer come out of the game. A lot of them have just been in this game that entire time. Henoch's been in the game the whole time, so it's got to wear on them too. Just, running the whole time, especially when those through balls, like we see Walsh, like 4 times in a row, ran 40 yards, still chasing a ball. It's like that wears on you.
Yeah, you only get so much in the tank here as Cheyenne's going to turn the field here and steal this ball, but Lauren Reardon, she's going to be tripped there. This might be a card. Drago decides to hold off a little bit. I guess that just sort of is what it is, but a really hard trip there from Reardon. And from watching her play some other sports, not the type of player that really goes down unless it's warranted. Just doesn't play that way. Plays kind of how you should, and really just tough to follow the turf there. But the Knights now getting an opportunity to send one in. Really nicely played ball. Going to take its first bounce just 1 yard outside of the 18 here, but Shotley just able to get up quickly to that one. Knights, man, if they could have toe on that could have been a really good opportunity.
And like we haven't said her name enough, though, but Reardon has definitely made her mark on Central's athletics.
Right.
She passed the 1,000-point mark for basketball, set the all-time scoring record for basketball, which I think was at like 1,300 points or something like that.
I think you're right. I think she's got a real opportunity, and depending on how the season might look for Central, I think she's got, honestly, a really good opportunity to potentially be a 2,000-point scorer coming into her senior season, I believe, next year. She's an all-conference selection. We saw her be awarded at the Eastern Dakota Conference Tournament on championship night, so certainly no shortage of accomplishments, for Lauren Reardon.
This is a lot, and it does not look like they're going to get her for an offsides, and she will fire it over Reese Shotley, and that will find the back of the net. That one was close to being an offsides, but like you said earlier, I think she was on her side of the half when the ball was kicked. It doesn't matter where you touch it. It matters when the ball was kicked. And she was on her side of the half when that ball was kicked and was able to get it over Shotley there. We'll see the replay right here.
This replay brought to you by American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency. So Milan just had a step, but a little quick foot there. She comes in and takes her shot just nearly outside of the 18. Nice little chip ball over top there. Again, using the wind to her advantage, has to probably lay off a little bit of that shot, what she'd normally give it. But nonetheless, the Knights now jump out to a 3-0 lead. That's probably going to put this one away, folks. Even if we see another goal in this one, it probably is not going to do too much to put the pressure on. So the Knights now likely to improve to 1-1 so far, and West Fargo Cheyenne, shockingly, probably going to fall to 0-2, Evan.
Yeah. Well, even, for Central, too, even though it might not matter for this game, too, when it comes to playoff time, these goals matter. I mean, these points matter because a lot of times you'll have people with the exact same amount of points, because you play all the same people, twice. And so when you get these same points and you split the games, an extra point or two really can take you a long way. You saw that this year with women's basketball. Central and South had the play-in game, and they both tied each other, same record, same amount of points, but South had more points on the overall.
More total points or more
and so they
larger differential head-to-head or something.
And so sometimes just this little stuff matters.
I think the other thing that kind of goes without saying, and this is for all sports, right, is you're learning how to play in different positions. Hey, it's kind of a crummy, windy, cold day. You're playing with the wind. You're looking into the wind and getting your eyeballs dried out because it's blowing in your face, and then you're kind of playing with the wind to your back, and you got a little bit of opportunity. You don't know what the weather's going to be like, so getting an opportunity here is Hynek's going to play another stretch ball, and Malott is it's going to be close to win this foot race here, but
beautifully defended by Lindback.
Oh, that was nearly a throw-in. Good play by Lindback there. Malott showing some press there as we've seen Ava Walsh had a couple of those long stretch runs, and Malott has taken that role down the last few minutes.
And, assuming Central can hang on to this lead for the next 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we are a little bit behind on the actual clock compared to the clock on your screen. But, this is a chance, like we said earlier, it's so early in the season, and it was Davies and South. It's Davies and Shanley were the only ones that had game wins. If they lose, Central could be right at the top of the ADC early on in the season.
And as we were talking to the KNOX sports director, Ryan Cunningham, today, giving us a little bit of a pregame scouting report, both of these teams should be in contention to play in the state tournament. But like Evan said, pretty much every point matters, and getting used to playing in these situations and seeing how different goals develop, I think, is going to be huge, for a Central team that's maybe looking for a little bit of success. And for Cheyenne, who's a little bit of a younger team, I think that, like you say, every game matters, even the first one, because they all count towards the record. So for Central to likely going to pick up a win here tonight is really, really going to be beneficial for them.
Yeah. And also, it's a confidence builder. They tied Fargo South just earlier on Tuesday, and here comes Heynick with an absolute, and Shotley with another beautiful save.
Heynick put a excellent move on there. She's able to break through, but just unable to make that one happen. But really, really nice opportunity for her there. Folks, we're excited to bring you this broadcast. This one brought to you, of course, by Rivard's Turf and Forage. Check out all of our specialized seeds at rivards.com. And Grand Trailer Sales, trailer parts, sales, and service right in East Grand Forks, Minnesota.
But Cheyenne definitely not giving up here. Looks like Bailey took a little bit of a tumble. No whistle called. I wonder if they were going to give her an advantage. But a long shot from the 30-yard line, and Anderson's easily able to scoop that one up. And, I like the idea of getting shots on net, but, if you're down by 3 with 10 minutes left, you gotta try for something a little bit more extreme than kind of a shot from 40 yards out, I feel like.
I think you got to do a little bit more to build there. Central, nice through all going to be played here. Kelsey McLaughlin is going to win that foot race, and she's going to just go for the immediate cross in. She's got it there. As a little bit of collision with the goaltender there, but playing that one is Rowan Olmstead. Olmstead just unable not to get that second foot on it, but certainly a close one there. Shotley went to the turf for it, and she ends up with it clean.
Yeah, and other than the one by Malott, there hasn't been, like we said earlier, anything that Shotley really could have gotten to that went in the back of the net. And even the one on Malott, a one-on-one with the wind going, right into the goal, and there's no help from you. That's a tough play as a goalkeeper, especially when someone like Malott's able to just chip it into that top right.
The problem is, as a goaltender, if you step to that ball and you try and meet her at the edge of the 18 where she ended up shooting from, you're just going to get chipped early.
Yeah.
You're just going to get chipped earlier. It's sort of a tough developing play, especially with that wind. It's a one-on-one situation, right? It's one goaltender, one player, and they both want to. They both know what's trying to happen, right?
And that's how you're supposed to play it, though. You're supposed to attack the ball and give her a shorter window that you can. She would have only been able to hit kind of the corners of those nets, and which she did. But if you stay back and just kind of let her come at you, she has the whole net to work, and you're a tiny little stick in a huge net.
It's a very fine line. Yeah,
collision with the head, but Bailey's going to get the ball coming up the 30-yard line, and she is moving. But this is well defended by Reardon. She wasn't really able to get in front of Reardon. Bailey wasn't, and so Reardon was able to kind of shield her off.
No real easy target for Bailey to cross into there. Most of the players for Sheyenne going to hang actually on the outside of the box, which is a little odd, as we have another foot race here, but this one's going to be Shotley's unable to come out for that one, I suppose, because last touch by her player. So this one's going to be kicked out the end line, and Central's going to have another opportunity to cross in now from the near side corner.
And if you're Central here, you don't need to sprint to the corner kick line. You can take your time and jog, and without getting in trouble, of course.
They are in absolutely no hurry to get this one moving. I mean, there's no advantage for them, as you can see. Our cameraman Joey's got the camera fixated on the scoreboard. I'm a little bit ahead, folks. My apologies. But Central leading this one by a score of 3-0 on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. This corner is going to come in from Heineck, going to be high up top, but this one's going to be a goal kick.
You see Sheyenne, once they're kind of getting to this midfield line, you're going to see that they're really only going to have one defender kind of stay back, and they're going to be on the full attack here. And you wouldn't be surprised here to even see Shotley step out of the box just a little bit to help them once they get kind of towards that 50-yard mark.
Yeah, I think any opportunity to just continue to play the ball up as much as you can is going to matter for Sheyenne. Central's now going to possess, but they're going to stay on the attack here, which I kind of like to call. This ball going to be a really nice through ball, but just unable to get it. Malott is going to run for it. It's Rowan Olmstead, and she
does save it.
Get to it. They're going to work now outside of the box. I think this is Malott. Malott going to kick it to Olmstead. Olmstead going to cross this one in. Shotley going to grab that one easily. Clock winding down, folks. Not getting any warmer here at Cliff Cushman Field. Wish we could have had a warmer first day for Evan, but nonetheless, folks, happy to bring you live and local coverage no matter what the weather is, as long as it's above 40 degrees.
Here comes Sheyenne again with another kind of developing look, but they're just never able to get those touches to make it like a true full-on look. And coming the other way is Olmstead, with Malott going to be running in the center. Olmstead doesn't really have anyone in front of her. She centers it to Malott, and Malott takes another shot on Shotley. And she has been a rock star today. Even though the score's 3-0, I mean,
it's not indicative of how the game has gone. And I mean that really has no disrespect to Central, but Shotley really has played an excellent game. There's just been a couple balls that there's just some you can't get to. It's just there's just no other way to say it than that.
And Anderson for Central in the back of the net obviously hasn't let anything in, but she hasn't had any crazy shots like Shotley has. Shotley's been under fire, for a decent chunk of the game, and even when Sheyenne has had these opportunities, they just haven't been able to get them perfect. They haven't been able to get those looks where it's like one-on-one with a goalie or anything like that. And so, not trying to just credit anything Anderson's done, obviously keeping a shutout so far with 6 minutes left to go. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that, kind of that superstition thing, but it's something that, Shotley has been under way more fire even when it just comes to the level of the shots. And so,
yeah, I think that, and Shotley, to her credit, has made, I don't think it's cross to say she's made some more athletic saves tonight. I mean, she's had the stop on Reardon comes to mind, deflecting that one to the right side of the net. Just an excellent play by her, as the Knights now are going to get an opportunity to send this one in from the corner, just nearly under 5 minutes remaining, folks. It's chilly. Central's going to put that one in. Shotley going to play that one. Nice aggressive play by her, but this one's going to be kicked around still in the box near the penalty marker on the left side. And this one is finally going to make its way out as Bailey runs into a little collision. There's no one up for Cheyenne, so Central's going to get an opportunity to flip the field here and get this one working down. As this one's going to be corralled on the far side. Ooh, little nice move there. Not sure who the number is, but she's going to send in a nice little ground cross there as Lindbach is going to kick that one to the far side.
And Bailey has taken some rough kind of checks and stuff today. You know, she dribbles the ball, and, you know, these defenders for Central are just all over her, kind of riding her all the way to the sideline as much as they can. And, you know, which is what you want to do as a defender, but she has kind of been under attack because she's been such an elite player this game for Cheyenne.
Winding down now, folks. Not a whole ton to say. Central going to likely cruise to a 3-0 victory. Their first of the season, I believe, in their second game. So Central will improve to 1-1 in the Eastern Dakota Conference standings, and they'll move, pending tonight's results, into a tie for first place with 3 points for a win. West Fargo Cheyenne going to fall to 0-2. Tough showing for the Mustangs tonight. I mean, they've had some good opportunities, had some flashes in the pan, but just nothing consistent enough really to put together a good effort. And their lone goal by Simone Bailey is called back actually on an offsides, but looked awful close from our Tyler Nagel American Family Insurance Agency replay.
You can even see Central right here. Looks like Commons very casually just kicking the ball out, making just
taking their sweet time.
Yeah. Is going to make Cheyenne really work for 3 goals if they want to get in the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Folks, our post-game show going to be brought to you by Lake Region State College. In Spray Advantage, we'll take you through as Bailey's going to get a nice look here in the box, but Central's going to be able to clear. As this one's not safe yet. Central going to have to work to not even able to clear that one to the sideline as the long shot's going to come in, popped up. Anderson going to make a wise play to come up on that one. Narrowly loses there, but able to fall on top.
And that's the awesome thing with that win, too. You know, I mean, the goalie, you could see Anderson was ready to get that ball, and she kind of had to go run for it and couldn't quite get a handle on it right away because the wind takes that ball and moves it wherever it wants to go.
So, folks, our post-game show brought to you by Lake Region State College and Spray Advantage. We'll give out our PS Garage Doors player of the game, finest auto trim cover of the game. We'll go take you through our proceed highlight of the game. And spoiler alert, it's going to be that nice little chip from Lauren Malott. We'll take another look at that one. Happy to bring you live and local sports, folks, as part of our KNOX live sports coverage. We're just gearing up to get the spring season going. I know Ryan had a game on Monday. This will be my first of the spring season, but we'll certainly have a couple more before school lets out. And we're happy to be able to do this for you from our sponsors. Of course, as you look at the left-hand corner of your screen, you'll see a rotating carousel. Feel free to check out those folks and patronize them. And, of course, our network sponsors, Rivard's Turf and Forage in Grand Trailer Sales.
About 2 minutes left, a little bit over to play here, even though your clock says 1. Central's going to get a throw in here. And they are switching it out, taking their time. They know what they're doing. And you know, it'd maybe be a little bit more of a factor if the game was like 1-0 or 2-1, but with a 3-0 lead, it probably won't amount to anything different than what the outcome would have been.
We're just waiting for time to roll off the point at this point. I mean, no one's really pushing that hard either way. And that third goal from Malott was critical. I mean, that puts it away in some respects. I mean, 2 goals is tough, but it's not undoable.
Yeah.
But 3 goals is, you're getting into hard-pressed territory.
So now Cheyenne with 2 games into the season and no goals to show for either game, as long as they don't get one in the next minute, 20 seconds here.
Good opportunity on the far side. They just might. They're just unable to crack that Central defensive nut. Central's done a very nice job playing defense, save for the first 5 minutes of the second half when they were really under fire, and I think 1 or 2 fading opportunities in the meantime. But Central certainly has played a good defensive soccer game, and that's what they're going to need all season long. Of course, Lauren Anderson, the backstop, doing a great job.
Well played. It looks like Reardon. That is, JC is going to make a good touch, and Walsh is going to make a run on it, and she's going to be close. But Shotley is going to kick it away. Again, that's one of those ones where you can't use your hands there because you're outside of the 18, but she does a great job using her feet to get rid of the play that's coming right at her.
Near side now. Mustangs working into the attacking third. Simone Bailey with just 30 seconds remaining in this one. And we're going to get a throw in here. So the Mustangs showing a little fight. Like you said, they're trying to notch a goal at some point here. Not that it changes the outcome, but it does change morale a little bit here as the Mustangs able to possess just outside the box. This low cross tries to get sent through. No good. This will be the final clearance of the game here as Lindbach is going to try to shuffle this one out of bounds, and the Knights are going to come away with the victory, folks. Central takes this one by a score of 3-0. That's going to do it for us here at Cliff Cushman Field, excuse me. Folks, we're going to send you a couple breaks to take you through our post-game show. It'll be abbreviated tonight, and then we're going to get home and get warm. We thank you for listening to KNOX Live Sports. Again, Central improves to 1-1 on the season. We'll be back in a few.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
ProAg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Will Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
S&T Quick Stop in Thompson is the stop you need at the end of your day. From the groceries you may have left behind to the products you need to keep running, S&T Quick Stop is your best stop. Find us on the west edge of Thompson.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Man of Steel.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you back now into the post-game show. This post-game show brought to you by Spray Advantage, folks, as we get ready to get the agricultural machine rolling here in the Northern Valley. Feel free to give Spray Advantage a call for any, I believe, the parts you need for the fertilizer and chemical application on your farm. Spray Advantage, one location just on Gateway Drive there in Grand Forks, and also Lake Region State College. We change lives, and any credits you get at Lake Region transfer within the state. Plenty of good 2-year programs, plenty of good builder programs you could transfer into any accredited state university. Again, this postgame show brought to you by Spray Advantage and Lake Region State College. Evan, as we get rolling into this one, going to be a condensed pregame show for you folks. It's just a little bit chilly tonight, so we're going to probably get the heck out of here. But nonetheless, we got a game to talk through. Central puts on a good performance, 1 goal in the first half playing into the wind and 2 in the second half, and a better defensive stand to boot as the Knights improve now to 1-1 on the season. Evan, what are your thoughts from watching this game up here?
I think this is kind of that game that Central needed to have. They needed kind of a statement win. They needed one that they kind of dominated from start to finish. Not saying they dominated the whole way. They definitely have room to improve on, but they have something that they can be excited about going into practice on Friday, coming back into the week on Monday. I'm not exactly sure who they play coming up next week, but that now they have some momentum rolling and they can hopefully transfer that over.
I think you're exactly right in that it's not so much about winning and scoring, but it's like, hey, we can do this, we've seen it before, especially in high school athletics, where the teams are searching for that first win for a long time, and then if it comes too late, you don't really get the advantage of it. But again, Central now going to improve with a nice 3-goal offensive performance. Don't see that a ton in soccer. We do have a few post-game awards to take you through, folks. We're first going to go through our PS Garage Doors Player of the Game. At PS Garage Doors, the PS stands for Pride and Service. Evan, who do you got for our player of the game tonight?
We have said a lot of games for Grand Forks, or a lot of names for Grand Forks Central, a lot of names going over, but I think we'll give it to the one that kind of sealed the deal for Central, Lauren Malott. Kind of came in that second half, started at that center striker position, put that 3rd goal in the back of the net to seal for the deal, and was kind of all over the field for Central, especially in that second half.
It felt like kind of in the closing minutes, especially the second half, probably the last quarter of the night. She really, we were calling her name a lot, folks. And I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. I'm going to take you to our Pro-Seed highlight of the game. Again, as we get this agriculture machine rolling, you need seed, think Pro-Seed. The Pro-Seed video highlight, this is going to be the Lauren Malott goal that's going to seal it. Evan and I were talking off air. 2 goals, you can get there. 3 goals, it's a little tougher, but Malott just from right outside the penalty box, that nice chip shot there on the right side of the net, and she buries this game. So that is going to be our highlight of the game. Again, need seed, think Pro-Seed. So Evan, that's why I guess we're down through 2 of our segments. Our final award of the game is our finest auto trim cover of the game, generally given to our best defensive player or effort throughout the evening. Who do you have, Mr. Whalen?
I'm going to say Mae Dickelman. She held that line, that defensive line grit, and like we were saying all night, Sheyenne could not get any second touch balls just to kind of go their way, and that kind of has to do with that, entire back line. I felt like we heard Mae Dickelman's name a lot when it came to that, great play, great stop, great clear by Mae Dickelman. So I think she's kind of our one that's going to take that one home.
So Mae Dickelman is going to be our finest auto trim cover of the game, our PS Garage Doors player of the game, Lauren Malott. And she also is our Pro-Seed highlight of the game, folks. This post-game show, has been brought to you by Spray Advantage in Lake Region State College. We're thankful to our network sponsors, Rivard Surf and Forge and Grand Trail Sales. The final here from Cushman. The Grand Forks Central Knights win this game by a score of 3-0 on our Ultra Health System scoreboard, folks. We're going to send it to a final break. We're going to close this broadcast house. Adrian Cummings and Evan Whaling signing off from Cushman. Have a nice night.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
ProAg Egg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Will Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
See the full line of Kubota at Acme Equipment Grand Forks.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Tufty Marine in Northwood is your Lund Boat headquarters. Looking to buy, sell, or trade? Tufty Marine will get you into the Lund boat you've always wanted. And they have the parts and accessories you need as well. To check out their inventory, go to tuftymarine.com. Tufty Marine